Welcome to Uzima Lifestyle Center, Eat for Health. I am your host, Janice McLean, and I'm so delighted that you joined us today. Welcome again to this brand new year and our first episode. Today, we are going to make holiday nut loaf. You heard me correctly. Holiday nut loaf. This is something that is a good substitute for meat and meat products. But because you will be making it yourself, you will know all the ingredients that are in it. Now, for a brief moment, I will list the ingredients for you. So, we have our silken organic tofu. And make sure that you're choosing the firm one. Firm silken organic tofu. So here we have it. Then we have our diced or minced clove of garlic. There are 2 cloves of garlic. Then we have a tablespoon of Bragg's amino. Then we have 1 cup of chopped onions. This is very important. Then we have a teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt. Then we have 1/4 of a cup of flour. And this flour is whole grain flour. So we have here 2 cups of walnuts. And we are going to have 1 cup of pecans. 2 cups of walnut and 1 cup of pecans. And then we have whole grain bread that we made into crumbs, breadcrumbs. Make sure it's whole grain bread or multi-grain bread. That's okay. Now here we have some seasoning salt. We have some sage. And here is our garlic powder. You can either use garlic powder or onion powder. In this case, it's garlic powder. So here you have it, all our ingredients for this recipe. Now, as I usually do, let me spend a moment telling you about the benefits of these various ingredients that we are putting into this recipe. Now, the first one we are going to talk about is tofu, because tofu is one of the main ingredients. Now, I'm going to share with you 6 very important benefits of tofu. Did you know that tofu aids in maintaining healthy cholesterol levels? Yes. So if you have high cholesterol, this is a food that you need to incorporate in your diet as often as possible. It also improves your metabolic rate, which means it breaks down your food and allow your food to be properly assimilated and to be utilized in your body. It also helps to strengthen your bones. So you know, as we grow older, the integrity of our bones tend to get weaker. So this is one food that helps to strengthen your bones. It provides relief from gout. Many people that use a lot of spicy food end up having something called gout. So tofu helps to relieve the symptoms of gout. Now, are you anemic? Do you have problems with your blood, your hemoglobin? Well, tofu is a very good source of helping your body to fight against anemia. It will build up the iron content in your body. So, tofu is a very good source for helping to reduce your risk of anemia. And very, very important, it helps to prevent cancer in post-menopause women. You heard me clearly. It helps to prevent cancer in post-menopause women. So here are the 6 benefits again. It aids in maintaining a healthy cholesterol level, strengthens your bones, reduce your risk of anemia, improve your metabolic rate, provides relief from gout, and very, very important, helps to prevent cancer in post-menopause women. Okay, now let us move on. We are going to talk about some other benefits. Let's talk a little bit about the benefits of pecans. Pecans, and then we are going to go to the walnut. Did you know that pecans are known to improve your cardiovascular health? Yes, it has good fats, so it helps the body to function at optimum. It doesn't cause building up of plaque in your arteries and so forth, so it improves your cardiovascular health. It also helps to control diabetes, and that is very, very important. So this is a diabetic friendly food. It also, just like the tofu, lowers your cholesterol. And something very important, it also can help to improve or prevent oxidative stress. You know, you're going through a stressful period and your body is in this fight and flight state. So what pecans help to do is to reduce or prevent those episodes. Now, it also lowers your risk of cancer, and that's very, very important. It protects your vital organs from things that are very damaging, okay? Like toxic substances and so forth. So it helps to protect your body. It helps for people who are trying to lose weight. So this is very, very good for you. Again, just as the tofu, it helps to maintain your metabolic rate. It improves your metabolic rate. It also prevents things like gallstones, and it helps your brain, most of all, to function at optimum. So here you have it. Very, very important benefits of pecans. Now let's move on, and we are going to talk of the benefits of walnuts. Now walnuts, very, very important to our overall health. It helps with our heart health. It helps us to build up our immune system. Also, walnuts are known to help with your brain. So it helps with your brain health. It is also known to reduce your risk of things like breast cancer. It is a very good food for inflammatory disease. If you are getting inflammation in your system for inflammatory diseases, it helps to reduce your risk. Another very good food for bone health, and it also helps you to improve your sleep and your level of stress. For women who are pregnant, this is a very healthy food. And for individuals who are experiencing constipation and other digestive system problems, this is also a very good food because it's filled with fiber, and the fiber we know helps our digestion, and it also helps our elimination. So very, very important. The main ingredients: tofu, pecans, and walnuts. So now we are going to pause a little moment. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. When we come back, we are going to actually do the demonstration of how to prepare this healthy meal. Come back. So we are going to put together our very delicious holiday nut loaf. So we have our tofu here. So we're going to put our tofu into our Vitamix. And to this, we are going to add a little water. And then we are going to add our seasoning salt. First of all, we are going to combine, we're going to put our onions in. We're going to put our pink Himalayan salt. We're going to put our garlic. We're going to leave the Bragg's amino for a little later. Now we are going to put, this is our garlic powder. Then we have our sage. Put everything in. This is some Italian seasoning here. So we are going to pulse it for a little bit. Let me take these out of the way. You don't want it to be pulsed too much because you don't want it to become liquid. Okay, so this is about a good consistency. And then we are going to add our nuts to this. So we have our pecans here. And then we're going to add our walnuts. And again, we are going to pulse it in our Vitamix. Okay, so you pulse it a little while. Good. So we have it all done. So now we're going to put it in our mixing bowl and we are going to add the other ingredients to this. See the consistency? It's not. Remember, we're going to add some more solid stuff so that we'll give it nice. You need to make sure you get everything out of this Vitamix. All this nice healthy stuff. Scoop it out a little more. Want to make sure we get everything here. Still have a little more. Let's put this away. So here we have our mixture. Now to this we are going to add our Bragg's amino. Then we're going to make sure we blend it up really well. Then to this we are going to add our whole grain flour. Make sure you sprinkle it around. Make sure everything is well blended in. Now for this, we are going to add our last ingredient, which is our breadcrumbs. Remember, we use whole grain bread. And you fold everything in nicely. That's our oven that is ready. You set your oven at 350 degrees. You preheat. So that's the oven notifying us that it's ready. Make sure we have this all blended in nicely. So this is the consistency of our nut loaf. Once you put your spatula in there and it can stand, you know this is a good consistency. So we have it all blended up here. Our loaf mixture is all ready, and you can use 2 loaf pans. Non-stick is preferable, but if you do not have non-stick, you can use your regular pans, and you can put a little bit of olive oil to just grease the side of it so that it wouldn't stick. So again, here is your mixture. Once your mixing spoon is able to stand like that, it's a good consistency. So now we're going to place it in our 2 loaf pans. You want to make sure that you don't fill the pan too much because it's going to rise a little bit. So you want to give it enough space for that. Level your pan out by shaking it a little bit. Then you can clean the sides to make sure that when it bakes it's ready. So this one is ready. So we have a second pan. So you actually can make this ahead of time, and you can freeze it if you're not using it right away. When you're ready to use it, you can take it out and just thaw it out a little bit and then put it in the oven to warm it up. Making sure I get everything because this is so nice and healthy. have our 2 loaves. We're going to put it to bake, and it's going to bake for about an hour. For the first 30 minutes, you're going to cover it with some foil paper, and then you're going to remove the paper after 30 minutes, and then you're going to allow it to bake and get brown, a little brown on the top. So I'll do the same thing and just shake it a little bit to make sure. Too much in this one, so I'm gonna just get this all together here and give it a nice good shake. I'll do the same for this one. Now the oven is already preheated, so we have our foil paper, and we're just going to cover them over and put it to bake covered for 30 minutes. And then we are going to take it out and uncover it and let it bake for another 30 minutes. So this is our first one. Make sure the foil doesn't touch your food. Okay, so we put the first one in the oven. And remember, it's cooking for 30 minutes. It doesn't touch our food. Okay? Okay, so that is getting ready to be cooked. So while we do that, we are going to come here now and we are going to work on the sauce that is going to go on it. Now that we are finished our holiday nut loaf, we are going to make a very nice sauce that is going to accompany that. And this sauce is called sweet tomato pineapple sauce. What we need for that is 8 ounces of crushed pineapple, and I'm going to put it in my bowl. Then we need also 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, so we're going to combine that. If you're going to have more guests, well, you can double the amounts. In addition to that, we are going to add, this is a tablespoon of molasses. And there are lots of very good benefits of molasses. One of the most outstanding ones, it is able to build up your iron. If you are anemic, blackstrap molasses is a very good thing. Unsulfured blackstrap molasses is a very good thing for you to use so that it can build up your iron in your blood. Okay, so we have that added. Now we are going to add our basil. We just have half of a teaspoon of basil, so we're going to put that in there. And then we have our garlic powder. And then to this, I'm going to add a little bit of seasoning salt. So this is very simple, right? Again, the ingredients, crushed pineapple. You can either buy the crushed pineapple in the can, but I prefer to have things fresh, so I took my pineapple and I blended it in my food processor here, my Vitamix. And then you add your tomato sauce. You can also make your own tomato sauce add the molasses, the basil, the garlic powder, and if you would like to add some other seasoning salt to it. So all you do, you combine all these things and you stir it together, and then you have a nice gravy here that you can put on your roast. So give me 1 second, and I'm going to bring the roast, and then I'm going to spread the sauce on the roast here. So here we go. So this is our sauce here, and then we're going to spread it. On our roast like that. And so here you have it, your finished holiday nut loaf. To this you can garnish, you can add some green, you can add some tomatoes and so forth. So give me a minute, and I'm going to add some other things to it so that you will see how beautiful it looks. Oh, here we have it, your finished holiday nut loaf. You can add a little bit of salad and baby tomatoes and make it as attractive as possible. I am so glad that you joined us today. Thanks so much. Remember to subscribe to our channel and also hit the bell so that you can be notified when new episodes are posted. I want to wish you all the best for this new year, and remember to tune in next week at 5 p.m. for another episode of Eat for Optimal Health.